Hey everybody, it's me, Megan. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I wash and condition my wigs. And this is an RPG show, Tamar Braxton Inspire wig. And you guys seen me do a review on this wig already, so that will be in the description below for you guys to check out. So the very first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have my parting nice and neat. I'm going to take my dimming brush and I'm going to detangle the wig to make sure it is tangle free, and I'm going to make sure I keep this wig in the natural way and parting that it lays already. So of course, when you want to wash your hair, you have to get it wet. So wet your personality unit wig. I call them personality units. So, of course, make sure it's nice and wet so we can go ahead and start shampooing. I am going to use my favorite shampoo for my wigs, which is the Pantene Relax Intense Moisturizing Shampoo. I like using moisturizing shampoos when it comes to my personality units. So I'm going to use maybe about a little over a quarter size. Make sure I lather up between my hands and distribute all over the personality unit like that. So, of course, when you first get your personality unit, you want to make sure you wash it because it just, girl, you just should. But, if you don't want to, that's cool. But, I like to wash mine first just because I feel like I get a better result. So, when washing these personality units, you want to make sure you keep them nice and neat and don't bunch them up. You don't want to tangle up these units just because, you just don't. And it just keeps things nice and neat, especially for your parting. You don't want to lose that parting. So, yeah, do that. And then I'm going to rinse out the shampoo. I normally wash about 2 times with the shampoo before I condition. So I'm using the Pantene Relax Moisturizing Conditioner. Again, you can use the products that you personally own. These are just the products that I found that, I really like using on my personality units. So wring out the excess water so you can prepare to apply your conditioner. Ooh, I know, I put a lot, huh? I put a lot! So, I'm going to just apply that onto the wig, like that, and make sure it's, thoroughly applied throughout the personality unit. I know I make up all kinds of words. I call it personality unit because I like to. So make sure you apply the conditioner all over and make sure, once again, you don't bunch it all up. So I'm taking my dimming brush and I'm going to make sure I distribute the conditioner all over and make sure that I get it to all of the strands, and that's what the purpose of using the dimming brush is. Like that. So now I'm going to deep condition the actual wig. I normally let mine condition for about 15 to 20 minutes in a plastic bag like this. And I do this every time I wash my wig, so it's the same process each time. So yeah, I let that sit for about 15-20 minutes. And then, of course, you want to make sure you rinse it out. Again, making sure that you keep your parting very, very neat and make sure your wig remains tangle-free. And as you can see, my parting is still really, really neat. And also, when you are rinsing out, you want to make sure you definitely rinse out the wig cap itself. And make sure you rinse out the wig really good itself in general, because you don't want a sticky residue of conditioner on this hair. So I'm just going to make sure I get all the excess water out, because now I'm going to dry the wig. And I'm going to make sure, again, I keep the wig nice and neat. I'm going to blot the hair. I'm not going to, rough it up or bunch it all up when drying. And again, I don't experience any shedding or lost hairs when I wash my wigs this way. I guess it's just how I wash it, maybe. I don't know. But I haven't experienced any loss of hairs. So I'm using a styrofoam wig cap, and I'm going to apply the wig on there so I can detangle my personality unit. And doing this way just makes sure that it keeps the wig nice and flat, so you won't have that real wiggy look in the parting area and at the top. So I'm gonna detangle the hair or the personality unit with my dimming brush again. And I love this dimming brush when it comes to, detangling my wigs and, things like that. So using this just definitely helps make sure that you keep the wig nice and flat, because I'm going to let this personality unit air dry. So I want to make sure I keep the strands and have the strands really nice and detangled out and tangle free. So that is what it should look like when you are all finished detangling. You want to make sure it's nice and flat at the top, especially around the parting. And I did not apply any product to this hair. I'm just going to let it air dry in its natural, state without any product. So I let it air dry overnight, and this is what it looks like when it's fully dry. It has kind of a slight wave, and it's a little poofy when, RPG show wigs do air dry. You can blow dry them if you're in a rush, but I just personally choose to, let it air dry just because it's a little easier. So once the personality unit is air dried, I'm going to use my KQC Thermal Shine Brilliant Spray. Is that what it is? No. But it's brilliant, okay? It works like wonders. So I'm just going to spray that on the wig here. I love this stuff. It adds an amazing shine right before I flat iron. I use my KQC from Flat Iron Experts flat iron. This is a 1-inch, and this flat iron goodness, it works like amazing. So please thumbs me up if you do want to see a video on how I flat iron my personality units using the KQC Thermal Shine product, and the flat iron just makes it just flow and lay beautifully. It gives a nice light feel. I absolutely love it, and it also gives an amazing shine, as you can see there. So yes, that is pretty much it. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to comment about those below, and there will be a full description of all the products that I used in this video too. And again, thumbs me up if you want to see a tutorial on how I flat iron my personality units. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.